Welcome to American Fork Canyon. Today I'm on another outdoor adventure waiting for Brad Hayden, a Rocky Mountain prospector. We're doing some metal detecting and some placer gold prospecting. This is more like my cup of tea. Today I wanted to do something different though. But I like the looks of this outcropping and the quartz in it. Definitely not as easy to hike with the metal detector on my shoulder. Finding some decent float quartz. Coming from up there, somebody's been sampling right here. And it looks pretty good. I gotta keep note of this location. I might try a couple samples, but I'm waiting for my friend to arrive. Look at the folding of that rock. Amazing. I used my rock hammer to break off the surface, and right beneath it, look at that quartz vein. That is nice. That stuff looks really good. The road is washed out upstream. There's a barricade preventing us from going further up. So we've stopped at this location to set up the sluice and run the metal detectors. I think this little area right here along this bend seems pretty good. Little bigger boulders. So should be some decent amount of gold. Brad's over that way getting some gear ready. This looks like a pretty good location to set up this sluice box. Critique me as you please. If this sluice is not in a good location, let me know. I'm fairly new with the old placer prospecting for gold. That's much better with the help of Brad's advice. I think this is an ideal location to dig. We'll classify the material through 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch. Brad has his sluice set up in the middle of the river. We're gonna get some shiny today. Ain't that right, buddy?
Yep.
Shaking things up a bit. Brad is already on the gold. Flour gold, but better than nothing.
Couple fly poops in the first test pan.
Just about filled up the bucket. Gotta make sure to check my tailings. Not likely to be big gold, but it's worth checking. No signal. Just about to run that bucket through the little sluice. Time for the very first scoop in the sluice. Sorry about the shadow. Only good spot I can find a sitting rock at. There's a better look at the flow. I'm nearly down to the bottom of my first bucket. Brad's already gone through and cleaned up too. Right on. Now for my cleanup. Carefully. There's my concentrates. We'll pan it out, see if there's any visible gold. Not a whole lot in there, not even really any indicator minerals like black sand. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little microscopic speck in the pan. I should have brought my finishing pan. It would better appear on the blue than the black. Just the one little speck. I'm gonna snuffer up the rest of these cons and get a closer look under the microscope when I get home. I'm gonna try a test pan behind this root. Got some nice gravels kind of behind it. First time I'll be using a Minelab gold pan in the color of blue. See how it does. I see why some people prefer these pans over the Garrett nowadays. Feels good in the hand. That definitely was a good spot behind that root. Several pieces in that pan. We're wrapping things up at this location. Where to next? Will there be a sequel, or will this adventure continue? There's all the color Brad was able to collect. We dumped the snuffer bottle out into my black pan. Quite a few pieces there. You can see them. They're small. They're very small. I got a microscope.
They're floating.
Here's the take home between myself and Brad from American Fork Canyon. Definitely gold out there. First placer gold I've ever found in Utah. Helping a fellow traveler assist with a tire flat. Picked up a piece of quartz and granite off the side of the road. I'm getting a signal. That's coming home with me. Found another rock. Give me all silver. I found where that piece of quartz and granite came from. Before I conclude this video, you know I'm going back to that outcropping and grabbing a large bulk sample. I'm back to where the journey began, taking samples from this outcropping. I say that's a pretty good sample, roughly a half a sandbag. This portion of the video I had to display to the public because you're probably just as curious about these two rocks as I am. The indicator on the metal detector said silver on each rock. I want to see if it's fully veined in the rock or just particulates throughout. That is way cool looking, where the material changes from the rock to the quartz.
It's the end of the day. Got some gold.
I'm calling this video right here. Don't want to run it too long. Thank you for watching.